Wait, Felix says, first of all, I thought before we start, just for the camera, would you be happy to say just what we're about to do right now and why, where it comes
I'd like some help on my, I have a cat allergy. I didn't always have it. I developed it around the age of 11 to 12. Before that, I was actually fine. I was playing with cats a lot. And it seemed to have happened when one of the cats, a sort of feral cat in Crete, looked sickly. And being 11-year-old, I thought it was a good idea to give it a bath. So I took him, put in water, and of course, he was scratching me. I was used to cats scratching me at that point. So I didn't think too much of it. And then 3 months later, I developed this bump down in my sort of groin area, my hip area. And, what's this? We went to hospital. And, the person comes back and says, were you scratched by any cats? And I said, yes, 2 months ago. He said, well, because this is, I think, cat scratch fever. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. And I went to have an operation and had it removed. And then I found ever since then, if I'm sort of handling cats, I started getting this kind of allergic response, a rash on my neck, a really itchy red rash, and on my hands and eyes streaming, and then you start sneezing and stuff like that. And I think that also kicked off a kind of hay fever reaction as well. So, if there's anything can be done, that would be great.
Well, we don't know. Let's find out. Let's have a pop and we'll see how it works. As simple as this. So we're going to use the Swan protocol, and normally it would be longer than the case of this clip. This is just to give an idea how this works. But hey, we're not going to waste it. We're going to try and fix it all around it. Let's see what happens. So Felix, I know you've done this one before. You know exactly what to happen. I take it on, I put it like so, let that completely go limp. And as always, you don't do anything to please me. You don't try and fight it either. You just see what happens. We go in with no expectancy. We just simply see what happens. There's no trance. I don't want you to go into trance. If you go into a trance, I'll stop and I'll pull you back out. I don't want that at this point in time. A lot of people think that we're looking forward here is for an IMR. That's exactly what I'm not looking for. But very often the Swan can be an IMR. There's no doubt about that. But let's see what happens and we'll have a bit of fun. So as I tap you outside of that right knee, just like so, it's just a sign that I'm not talking to you anymore, Felix. I'm not talking to Felix. I'm talking to that part inside Felix. And what I'd like, please, I want to talk, if it's possible, to talk to that part, that person, that entity, that whatever, real or imagined, that part within Felix. That was quite fast.
He's up for it.
To come forward. And I see you've already done that. So let's just try a couple of things, just because, and thank you for allowing us to film this, because there's some other people watching this. Apart from helping Felix, and possibly helping you, hopefully, we can maybe give some help to somebody out there as well. At least, at the very least, to give them an idea of this Swan therapy and how it works. So what I'd like you to do, please, not Felix, but you, can you take control of his hand, please, and kind of turn it around towards his face? Is that possible? That's pretty fast. Okay. Not too much, don't hurt him. Take it all the way back again, please. That's fine. And if I could ask you, can you show me how you, not Felix, but how you say yes to a question I ask? I would just, okay, so it's a yes for me. A pure coincidence, that's how I use it. Most people point fingers, but my yes is normally like that as well. Can you show me how you do a no, please? Okay, terrific. So what I want to ask quite simply is this. Can I ask something first of all? I want to know a little bit about you, because very often the therapist wants to talk to the subconscious. And that's okay. I'm quite happy to talk to a part that says, yeah, I'm the subconscious. But just a matter of interest, are you Felix's subconscious? Okay. Are you a part who has ever, let's just go wild here, are you a part who has ever walked on the earth plane? Okay. Are you a part different from Felix? That's not what I expected. Right? We were. So I take it then, that's really not what I expected at all. I expected to go back to the young Felix because we chatted about this. So let's see what happens. Well, let's see what happens. See if it's happening different. Are you a part of the young Felix at 11 or 12 years old? Okay. So now we're making some sense. And it doesn't really matter at this point. All I want to ask you is, are you happy to work with us today? Yeah? Okay. And is it true, just as Felix was saying, is it true that back to that time when he was about 12 years old and that scratch happens, that something happened to you, you kind of jumped up in the air. And whatever happens now, whenever a cat, you're really right ahead of me, whenever everything happens there and a cat's near Felix, you give him a message, yeah? The sniff comes, the rash comes, so on and so forth. Well, listen, you were a young boy there, 12. Felix, what are you know about? No, 60. I don't know. What are you
I'm going to be 34. No, I'm 45.
so here we go, 45. So we've got a third of a century later. It's a third of a century now when that was what happened to the boy. That boy is now a man. So are you happy enough to see if you can handle this now? You realise what it was. The cat, poor thing, was just defending itself. It meant nothing in any way towards you or the big Felix that we're here now. So what I want to do is this. This is really important, and I know how Felix thinks. So I don't want you to say yes to me unless you mean the yes. I don't want to do that magical hand movement, and then we find this isn't working. So only give me a yes if you really mean it. Are you happy enough to stop this now and fix it?
Oh.
Okay. So let's see what happens.
Yes, finally.
So what I want you to do is, I want you just to forget all of that happened back then. That just goes. You remember why it happened and the reasons why it happened. It's just gone now. And I want this simply to happen, that if you can move a finger, if you can move a hand, you can change the past within Felix himself and yourself, so that things can just go back to a wonderful, wonderful normal state. In fact, so that Felix and you can enjoy clapping cats, get involved with cats and seeing the joy that they bring. And we're going to test this, and we're going to test this in a few minutes, in fact. So what I want you to do is, if you could go to work for me right now, do you think you could do that? And when you finish doing that work, I want to see how quickly you change. When you've done that, if you could give me some kind of sign so that I know that you've done it. Okay. And if you could come back again, please. And let me ask you, was that actually the sign? And you actually finished working? Okay. So what we do is we kind of test it. And for those of you watching, the Swan itself, thank you, Felix, and thank you very much. We'll get the chance to talk to you real soon, I guess. So the Swan itself was all about, when it started some 5 years ago, it was about a finger twitch, a turn, a wave, and a return. Then some form of communication. Felix has done the Swan many times. He's doing the Swan for almost as long as I have now. So we just didn't bother doing that. But that's how fast it is. That's how quick it takes. There's nothing rehearsed here. I'm going to test this right now and see what happens. This is my home here. I'm going to try and grab my cat. And,
I mean, anything you practice, you get good at it. Now I'm in a place and I ask myself something, you get a yes signal or no signal. And because I do that a lot, I'm used to hand movements rather than fingers. You know, a lot of clients use fingers. I do whole hand movements, and it's really quick in seconds.
And often, of course, we get somebody who goes, yes, that clear, no, that clear. But they're no better than somebody who goes, yes, no. We just need the signal. We don't have to, as I say, we don't have to turn it into a circus. Yeah?
It's actually easier for me to move that way than do that. That requires more effort, so I kind of like that.
I get that, isn't it? I'm exactly the same. Okay, so let's stop at this and let's see if we can find something.
Pause and find a cat.
Yeah.